Hello, my dear students. In previous lectures, we already discussed about Unit 3, Electrochemistry. Our first theory is electrochemical cell, then we will discuss about further electrolytic cell. All previous theory is Nernst equation, then conductivity, then electrolytic solutions conductivity, and now today we are going to discuss about molar conductivity and the variation of molar conductivity. First of all, what do you mean by conductivity? Conductivity means in electrolyte, when you are applying any current, then the solute is divided into positive and negative ion, divided, or you can say dissociate into positive and negative ion. The conductivity will always decrease with decrease in concentration. Decrease in concentration means your number of ions is less. That's why the conductivity is also less or decrease. But the molar conductivity is totally opposite from normal conductivity. Molar conductivity will increase in dilute solution and decrease in concentrated solution. This means in dilute solution, this is the symbol of molar conductivity. We can read it as lambda m. You see over here denoted by lambda m. Lambda is a Greek word. So in dilute solution, lambda m is increased because of number of ions are less in solutions. That means the density of ions is very less in electrolytic solution. In concentrated solution, lambda m will decrease. That means number of ions is higher, more in the electrolytic solution. In concentrated solution, the solution becomes very congested. That's why the mobility of ions is less. The equation of lambda m is equal to K by C. This K is known as kappa, and the unit of kappa is Siemens into mole. Lambda m is molar conductivity, K is kappa, and C is concentration. Now, suppose we have the normal aqueous solution of NaOH. Now, 1 molar NaOH solution means what? The 40 gram of NaOH is dissolved in 1000 ml water. This is the ideal 1 molar NaOH solution. Now, this VmL of water is increased by me. We did not add another 40 gram of solute in the solutions, but we only increasing the VmL. Suppose 1000 to 10,000 ml means this solution is very dilute. If you are adding further water in the solution, then at that time this molar conductivity is very near to 0. This molar conductivity is known as limiting molar conductivity. And this limiting molar conductivity is denoted by lambda 0 m. The molar conductivity is known as lambda m, and limiting molar conductivity is known as lambda 0 m. Limiting means extremely dilute solution. Now the another equation is lambda m is equal to lambda 0 m minus a into c raised to 1/2 or a into under root C. This lambda m and this C both are perpendicular or parallel with each other. We plotted the graph lambda m or C raised to 1/2. This graph is consists of two electrolyte. First electrolyte is known as weak electrolyte and another electrolyte is strong electrolyte. So first of all, what do you mean by weak electrolyte? Weak electrolyte means after passing the electricity, this solute did not dissociates in positive and negative ions completely. Means this weak electrolyte is partially soluble in water. On other side, strong electrolyte means when you passing the electricity, the strong electrolyte will dissociate into 50% positive ion and 50% into negative ion. That means 100% dissolution in water. So when the strong electrolyte graph is plotted, then the graph becomes straight line and you get the intercept on y-axis. The value of this slope is -a. This graph is of electrolyte KCl. You get the intercept value and this intercept value is known as lambda 0 m. Means when you plotted the graph of molar conductivity with concentration and if you get the intercept, that intercept value is known as limiting molar conductivity. This case is only applicable for the strong electrolyte. In weak electrolyte, you get the graph in a curved motion. Curved motion means these two lines are parallel at infinite distance and this two line is also parallel. Means in a weak electrolyte you did not get the intercept like strong electrolyte. This graph is consists of acetic acid CH3COOH. In strong electrolyte you get directly the value of lambda 0 m, but in a weak electrolyte you didn't get the lambda 0 m value. Then what should we do? The scientist named Colrose find the rule to calculate the lambda 0 m of a weak electrolyte. Now we are going to discuss about the Colrose law. Colrose scientist is experiment with the couple of reagents. He saw that when the two electrolytes have the difference of a positive and negative ion, then the molar conductivity is same in all the mixtures. In Colrose law, Colrose saw that when the mixture of NaCl and KCl means the negative ion is common in both the solution is equal to lambda 0 m NaBr minus lambda 0 m KBr. This is the another case in which the negative bromine ion is common and is equal to lambda 0 m Ni minus lambda 0 m Ki. In this third category, the negative ion is common. Then Colrose see that all the three solutions mixture will give the same result 23.4 Siemens into centimeter square per mole. The result is common for all the couple of reagents. He noticed that when he compare the positive ions in this case, the Na is common, means the positive ion is common. In another case, the potassium K is common. Then Colruyt get the same result as negative ion, 1.8 Siemens into centimeter square per mole. Then Colruyt give the common equation for any electrolyte. The lambda 0 m is equal to lambda 0 plus lambda 0 mu minus lambda 0 means positive ion molar conductivity, and over here negative ion molar conductivity. This mu plus is for positive ion and mu minus is for negative ion. From this equation we can write the Colruyt rule that the limiting molar conductivity is the sum of positive and negative ions molar conductivity. Again, the limiting molar conductivity is the sum of negative and positive ions molar conductivity. Suppose we take any example that lambda 0 m of NaCl means lambda 0 m Na plus lambda 0 m minus. So we can say that the limiting molar conductivity of sodium chloride is sum of positive, that is Na plus, and Cl minus, that is negative ion, and plus means sum. Okay. Now if you have asked to calculate the molar conductivity of CH3OH. This is one type of short example, and you can made this acetic acid from two reagent. The first reagent is sodium acetate and the another reagent is HCl. When you mix this sodium acetate with hydrochloric acid, then you will get the two product CH3COOH and NaCl. This Na and this H both undergo replacement reaction. This H is attached with acetate ion and this Na is attached with Cl minus ion. So in our case we want the acetic acid molar conductivity. It means we want this CH3COOH. This is the byproduct which is plus NaCl. So you have to minus this product for actually know the molar conductivity of CH3COOH. So you can write lambda 0 m of CH3COOH is equal to plus of these two molar conductivity and minus of this NaCl's molar conductivity. Means lambda 0 m CH3COONA plus lambda 0 m HCl minus lambda 0 m of NaCl. What we do? Sodium acetate plus HCl minus NaCl. Now dissociates this positive and negative. So we can write lambda 0 m CH3COO minus plus lambda 0 m Na plus. These two are the ions of sodium acetate plus lambda 0 m H plus lambda 0 m Cl minus. This is the dissociation of HCl. Now this is the minus sign, so minus lambda 0 m Na plus minus lambda 0 m Cl minus. Here plus, but this is the minus symbol, that's why we convert this plus into minus. Now this plus Na plus and this minus Na plus will cancel out. This plus S plus, sorry, this plus Cl minus and minus Cl minus is goes cancelled out. So you have lambda 0 m CH minus plus lambda 0 m H plus, which is the first part, and this is our second part. So we can prove this Cauchy's law by this example of acetic acid. This is the two partitions, CH3COO minus and the another partition is H plus. So we get the results over here: molar conductivity of acetate ion plus molar conductivity of H plus. Okay. The another two equations you have to remember: the lambda m is equal to K upon C. That is the first equation. Now this is the dissociation. So you have to remember degree of dissociation is known as alpha. Degree of dissociation means how many percentage when these two positive and negative ions are separated. This alpha you can calculate by lambda m upon lambda 0 m. So the equation is alpha is equal to lambda m upon lambda 0 m. Okay. So this is the rule of Cauchy's, for which this Cauchy's find this rule to calculate the limiting molar conductivity of a weak electrolyte. For weak electrolyte, this is the last law which is included into the electrochemical reactions or electrochemical cell. After this theory, we will discuss about the electrolytic cell and the rules of Faraday. What is the main difference in electrochemical cell and electrolytic cell? Electrochemical cell means you have two beakers. One beaker is consist of cathode and the another beaker is consist of anode. But in electrolytic cell, you have one beaker and the two electrodes are dipped into the one beaker only. In electrochemical cell, there are two different electrolytes we used, but in electrolytic cell, you have only one electrolyte. And the third and the major point is, when you see in electrochemical cell, we get the ions as a liberation or acceptance of electron, but in electrolytic cell, you did not get ions, but you will get metals and gases on the electrolytic products. Okay, thank you.